Hi, this is Srinivas Tamada, founder of linelisten.info. This video is about how to convert your Ionic app into a desktop application. So I posted few articles about Ionic, how to create an Ionic app, and I posted a couple of videos as well. If you can see this playlist, like how you can create a welcome page, everything. The same app you can convert as or default like iOS and Android, but now this video I'll explain how to convert that into a desktop app using Electron. This is a third-party library, so using this you can convert any JavaScript or HTML Angular project into a desktop, even if you have a React project as well. There is some documentation is available, but I'm going to make it for the Ionic. If you go to the Ionic docs, they're going to launch the Ionic 4 as soon as possible. So I'm going to explain with the Ionic 4 beta version. So there is try to update your Ionic CLI with a 4.2, and if you this Ionic is coming up with a 6.0 Angular, and it has a lot of better compilers and the routing guards as well. If you see my latest article, you can apply all these concepts, the routing guard concepts, to the Ionic as well, because Ionic 3 has it's like an old one, so try to use the Ionic new version. So before that, try to update your Ionic. So 4.0, I think 4.2.1. So then you can start, this is the new command to get the new Angular 6.0. So I'm going to create a project with side menu, because I'm going to create for a desktop, so I'm going to give a side menu for that for a better look. So Ionic desktop. So you can generate a new project. If you want iOS, Android, you can give S. So this will install all the dependencies. This will take time, and if you want the Ionic Pro SDK, so you can give S. So basically this Ionic Pro SDK, you can deploy your application into the Ionic Pro, and you can check your live updates. But right now I'm not using that one, so I'm giving no. The project has been created. If you see it, this is called Ionic desktop. So let me open the code. Yeah, this is what the new structure, and if you see that there is a migration document as well. If you want to convert your old Ionic 3 project to the 4, there is a new structure changed, and it's few, like they're not calling any more providers, they're calling it as a services, all the Ionic 6 stuff. Just follow these instructions to convert your project. They updated so many things. Yeah, this is what the new structure, like resources and all your they introduced a new theme, and a little bit changed with the pages and all. If you want, you can follow this structure like pages and the components. And now I'm going to launch this project. Let's see, Ionic serve. Yeah, it's running at 8100 port. Yeah, this is the project right now. So there is a 2 pages. I'm not going to add anything. If you want, I'm just going to modify a few things, like the home, I'm just changing the content to mm, so h1, and I'm giving yeah, you can refresh it, you can change, you can see the new updates. But anyway, uh, this video is about more like converting this into a desktop app. So basically, if you see the Electron, like the documentation, you have to install the Electron latest, and try to install Electronic using sudo command to get admin access. So use sudo and npm install g for global, and use Electron. And I don't know, some reason, with the admin access as well, you're getting this permission denied error. So for that, like you have to try like with the same command, and you have to add extra attributes like unsafe it's permissions, it's true, and then allow root. Let me increase this. Yep. If you add these two things, and it'll not, yeah, it started installing now. Yep. If you see the Electron and the version, so it got installed. The same way we need two more things. I'm going to use the same command, and you need to install the like Electron packager. So this basically like it actually adds the electronic, it converts the any application into a packager. So I already installed it, and the same way you have to install the installer as well. So this is like DMG installer, DMG for the MacBook. So basically iOS apps, you need this. If you see that, so we installed all the global dependencies, and now we need to install for the project dependencies. The same, the three commands again you have to execute for the project, like npm install. It's actually dev dependency, so you can give save and dev, and you have to install the Electron. So this actually updates the node modules and the package.json as well. And the same way for like Electron packager, and one more like this is called converting that packager into like installer, like DMG file or exe file. There are so many third-party libraries are available for the Windows and the Linux as well. Now the three packages has been installed, and now you can see the project. If you see, all the three packages has been installed and the dev dependencies. So now we need to write some commands to build the electronic app. So I'm just following the electronic like documentation, and added I'm going to create some scripts here. And we have to follow the Electron documentation to create a small starter file to convert this application into a desktop app. There are some steps. So I followed all the steps and created a small file called electron starter.js. You just go to your project and create a new file called electron starter.js. So you can just simply copy this from my repository. So here, if you see it, like uh, you can set the browser dimensions, how much width and height you want. You can just modify it here. In the same way, what is the like distribution folder for this project? So how you know that, like when you just kill this app, and now you can run npm run build with a prod version. If you see this npm run build, it will create a like production version. So that will tell you that what is your output folder. Let's wait for some time and you'll see that. And now if you look at the project, so new folder has been created. This is called our output file. So this has all the assets, and it convert all the map files as well. So this is what our index file. If you want to deploy this into your Google Cloud or Amazon S3, so you can directly upload this folder that way. So it's kind of a distribution folder. So I'm just giving that folder. And what is the startup file? That's called index. So I just pointed out that. So that's the thing, you can modify it. So we are good to go. And now, and let's go back, and I'm going to write a small executable command, so that like you can easily access and convert the app into a desktop, and you can see the development version as well. So I'm just giving a name it as electron serve. So instead of, anyway, we have a command for Ionic serve. So And now we need, before that, like we need to build the project. So that's called ng build or npm run build as well, prod. And then I'm just giving like electron dot. So this is the command. So if you execute this command, you will see the Electron version is going to launch. So let's see, and I'm going to, you can execute like npm run electron serve. The same way all these things, you can electron start, this actually execute, this is the original command actually. So now this is going to trigger. And I'm sorry, I need to include one more thing. So and now go to the package.json. Like we created this electron.starter, so we need to add a small thing here that's called, we need to connect with this package.json, so that's called main, and you have to give the file path, it's called src, and then electron starter.js, so that's called this file. So now you have to execute this command. Let's execute this again. Now you will get this way, and now if you see here, there is a small app got launched, and this is called the desktop application. If you see here, like you can see the window, but you're not seeing any output. Like we have to see this output. Yeah, the main thing is like you have to go to the src file, and there is a main index file. So based on this ww got created, I mean the distribution file. So we have to do a small modification that's called base, and HTML you have to give the dot so that the Electron will understand. So let me build this again, and let me kill this, and let me launch this again. Yeah, now if you see this, it's actually a the Electron window, and then you can see that, and if you want you can launch it again, and you can see all the command lines and all. Let me close it. Basically, like Electron serve version is coming with that inspect element thing, so that you can cross verify all your APIs. Yep, now you can see the console. Basically, once you closed it, it will not open. So like basically if you write any APIs, and you can see all the console and network things here. So basically this is a dev mode, and but we gave this one, this is actually output for, like, you know, with a side menu. So now we're going to convert this into a DMG file, I mean the installation file. So before that we need to create a packager. I mean you need to package it. You can convert this into a packager. So you have to use Electron packager for this. It has a very big command. So you can see my, I'm going to copy that from my package.json. So I written a couple of things here, like for the Windows and the Mac and Linux. And right now I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to explain this as well. So let me modify that with a new command. Here electronic packager dot is the actual command to convert the ww into a, yeah, it's kind of an installation packager. So this is a small attributes called override. If it is already there, you can override using this, and you have to specify the platform here. So this is right now it's a Darwin, and if you see the Windows, it a little bit change here. If you, it's called Win32, you have to give, and if it is a Linux, you have to give Linux, and then this is a 64-bit Archer, and then like we need a like some icons you have to give, because the app icon you need to create, so that's called ICNS file, and there are extra commands. All these things I just copied from this Electron package documentation. So before that we need to create some icons. So I found some website here. I'm going to download a free icon. It's called, so I like this. This is what my app icon. So you can download that into a PNG file. So this is my PNG file. It's in the downloads folder. So we need to convert this into a icns file. There is an icon converter icons.com, so you can simply upload that download file. It gives you the different types of the files. So, and right now we need icns and icon for Windows and png for, I guess, Linux. I need to cross verify it once again. Yes, if you see here, yeah, icns is for Windows, and the Linux, the Linux is the png, and the Windows for icon. So we need all of three of them. So let me download these. So I downloaded that, and the icon file has been downloaded, and the png I downloaded as well. So these are my three files. I'm just copying it, top and the video. So this is my project. So you can go to the assets and you can paste all of them here, and I'm going to convert these into an icon so that it will be easy to map there. Yeah, looks like we copied the wrong one. And the icon file. So yep, so three files has been added here. So if you see the command now, it's called src and assets, and the icon is also mapped here. If you have a different location, you can change this command. So yeah, now, and the final thing is like the output of this packager, it's going to create a release builds, and then inside that like all the files going to create. So let me minimize everything and execute this command called mac release. Let me cut it and npm run mac release. So now it's started converting that platform Darwin into 64-bit using Electron 3.0.3. I just increased the font, and if you see here, like, it's got created a new release builds. And if you don't want to push this into a git, you can just simply add that folder to ignore it. Like, we don't want the release builds, so basically this is the file. You can ignore these things if you see this. So it reduced, it's not going to the git anymore. So that way you can use this git ignore file. So it got converted with all the dependencies, all the stuff. Look at all the stuff got generated. Yeah, now using like Electron installer DMG. So this release bundle we need to convert into a .dmg file so that you can distribute that file for installation. So, and for that also, like, I have a command, ready command. So this is the build command. Use this. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it here. And if you see that, I'm using the Electron installer DMG, and then I'm specifying that, like, where exactly my packager files are there. So right now if you see, it's called release builds, and that's called my exact folder name, and inside that, that's called the app, Ionic desktop.app. If you're giving a project name is different project name, you can just copy this and replace with the new project, your project name, like if you're giving any new one. So yes, and I just pointed out that app, and the output is like builds, and it's going to create a builds folder, and inside that it's going to create a DMG file with this name. If you want, you can give a different name as well here. So now I'm going to execute that, npm run mac build. And if you want to make it little faster, you can create a new command as well, like mac complete build process. Like you can just combine all these three things, like electron serve and mac release. Sorry. So like this, instead of executing one by one, you can directly execute this command so that it'll execute this one first and this one. This way you can just simplify the work. When you create any Jenkins pipelines, I already explained in the 9 lessons. If you want, you can check that. So if you see here, it got generated. I think if you buy a certificate, and you will get the proper, like it's called Apple developer version, and otherwise like it's going to create like unsigned version. Yeah, now if you see the builds, that Ionic desktop.dmg file has been created. Let me, this you can directly double click and install into your MacBook. Let's see, this is my project, and just go back. Now this is my builds, and this is my installation I'm trying to install in my mission. The same way you can just generate .exe file for Windows, and I think for the Linux I don't know the extension. Yeah, now so this is the icon we gave, and uh, yeah, I'm just moving into the applications now. And if you see my apps, and yeah, that's the new software. And now I'm just double click, this is what the project. Yeah, like if you have any API connection, and you can just directly, like people can launch it. Yep, that's what the project. Because I don't have a Windows machine to show all the Windows related stuff. Try to use these commands. You can just check out this project from my repository. I just gave a Windows release as well and the Windows build as well. Try to use that. I created a new build.js file. You will find that in the src folder. It is kind of it's like an electronic starter file for Windows. I haven't tried this, but if you have a Windows machine, just try that and let me know, like, is that working or not. Thanks a lot for watching my videos.